What's going on, people, and welcome back to another player versus player, the long-awaited Mohamed Salah versus Bukayo Saka. I'm excited for this one. I feel like I might know who edges it, but I haven't planned this, or I don't know what the answers are going to be till we go through them. This is all personal opinion, but let me know yours in the comments as well for each category, who you'd pick. So let's get into it. Salah versus Saka. First up, we've got goals. Now, I factor into this like the type of goals, how good they were, but also like their numbers as well, who had the more goals, and then factor a decision on that. Also, to make it fairer, I'm just going to do Premier League goals for this one because obviously Salah's played in different countries whereas Saka hasn't. So I'm just going to factor this one for this matchup as Premier League goals. In terms of off the top of my head, like who I have seen scored the more memorable goals, it would definitely be Salah. In terms of kind of like just dribbling runs and beating players, it probably would be Salah. In terms of numbers, it's not even close, but you have to bear in mind that Salah's been playing quite a considerable amount of time longer than Saka, so he's kind of at a disadvantage on this category anyway. So Salah has 175 goals just in the Premier League in 139 matches, which is ridiculous when you think of it like that. Yeah, you're good if you're close to equaling with the goals considering the amount of matches you play, but he's like so many more goals compared to the matches he's played, so that is unbelievable. And Saka, 47 games, 52 goals, so again he is beating his like per game goals. His goals are higher than matches and appearances, so both of them doing tremendous in terms of that aspect. But Salah's got 175 whereas Saka has 52, so for goals it is Salah. The next category is a tougher one for me because I think both of these players are good at this in different ways, and that is dribbling. I remember that goal, I think it's 2 or 3 seasons ago, that Salah scored where he was out on the right and he came into like the edge of the box and he beat about 3 or 4 City players and then scored. That one stands out in my head. But I've seen him beat a lot of players in these mazy dribbles that he does. Saka, I would say, is a bit more technical with his, whereas he uses a bit more feints and stuff, whereas Salah uses the feints, but I think he uses a little bit more of his speed and touches the ball less, but still has the outcome of a goal or an assist. This one for me is very tough. Would probably edge it to Salah, but I think Saka is an underrated dribbler as well. So dribbling I would give to Salah, but I could see why people might edge it to Saka as well. Pace, Saka is quick, but I think Salah is a different gear, like a gear up at least from the acceleration, dribbling on the ball. I think Salah is a bit quicker than Saka, so Salah takes that one too. Technique in terms of like first touch, just controlling the ball generally, how they dribble. I think Saka has the better technique, if I'm honest. I think Salah's got more natural acceleration and just speed, and he has a great first touch himself, but I think Saka does take this one on technique. He seems to open up his foot a bit more. I just feel like he's a better player to watch in terms of that first touch and receiving the ball. Work rate, I'll be honest, I don't think Salah has this in abundance, to be fair, but when you're as good as he is going forward, you kind of get away with it. Similar to how Ronaldo has over his career. There's certain players that get away with it, Messi as well. So I think work rate, you do see Saka going back to like his own corner flag and stuff and helping his team out. So work rate I would give to Saka. Strength, I think this one's quite close as well. I feel like Saka is deceivingly strong on the ball than how he looks. He doesn't look like particularly like really muscular and sturdy, but I think like it's a bit misconceiving. Like when you watch him, he is strong on the ball. And Salah, like he does look like he's put on the muscle over his career. He's got better and better at this nearly every season. So I think strength you'd have to give to Salah, but I think Saka is underrated in this department as well. I'd give strength to Salah. Leadership, it's not always about how loud and how vocal you are. It can be by leading by example in terms of dragging your teams through games and importance. This one again I think is close because I think both these guys are their main man for their clubs. Saka, I think, has shown strength of character, especially since the Euros with that penalty he missed all them years ago. He's gone on even higher and to get even better. whereas I think a lot of players would have disappeared and struggled. I think he is a leader for his team, not in the sense of being loud and bollocking people, but leading by example in terms of inspiring his teammates by his performances and making them better. I think Salah does the same though. It's questionable, this one, but I'm going to edge it to Salah. But I do think Saka could easily win it too. Obviously, this is more for creating for their teammates. I think Salah has improved this a lot compared to how he used to play. I think Saka, as I said, is the main man for goals at Arsenal, but he does create a lot too. So I think this one is also very close. I'm going to edge it to Salah again, just because I think he has really improved this side of his game. And especially this season, I've been noticing more how much more he's creating for his teammates. And he still scores most of their goals as well. So that shows you how good he is. But I do think Saka is good in this aspect too. Teamwork, give this to Saka. I think Salah is improving this a lot. But I think only in the last 2 seasons he's really been putting them numbers up in terms of helping his teammates compared to how he used to. I think Saka, I just think he helps his team more. We talked about the work rate a minute ago. Defensively, Saka takes it, but also creating for his teammates. I think Salah can do that, not necessarily the defensive side, but creating for his teammates. But I feel like Saka can put the sheer numbers up to be the main man in leading goals and stuff, but he can also create for the likes of Havertz. So I'm going to give the teamwork side to Saka. Trophies, again, similar to the goals, because of the longevity and Salah being more experienced and being on the scene before Saka became a player. He's a bit of a disadvantage, Saka, for this. So for trophies, it is quite one-sided in Salah's favour. And I'm counting this as, like, team accomplishments, not, like, individual awards. Salah's a Champions League winner, a World Cup winner, a Super Cup winner, Premier League champion, FA Cup winner, three-time League Cup winner, Super Cup winner, English Super Cup winner, and he's won the league twice in Switzerland as well with Basel. So Salah definitely takes it on the trophies, whereas Saka has 2 English Super Cup winners, which is also known as the Charity Shield, and an FA Cup winner. So in sheer numbers, trophies, Salah takes it easy. And the career, you have to, again, give to Salah, but he is at an advantage with his age, his experience over Saka. So I think when Saka retires, he will definitely have more trophies in his locker. But Salah could even build upon what he's got, and he's got a lot already. So again, for the career, you have to give it to Salah. So let's add up these totals. So Salah finished with 8. Saka finished with 3. I actually thought it was going to be closer, but that is why I like doing these player versus players, because you can have a pre sort of prediction of how close you think it's going to be, or if it's going to be one-sided. I actually didn't think it was going to be that one-sided, but you don't actually find out until you do these, and I do these live. So 8 for Salah, 3 for Saka, but I think it could be closer once Saka retires, if Salah doesn't win too many more. So 8-3 winner, Salah, but big fan of Saka. I hope you enjoyed it, guys. Let me know what score you had in the comments and what you had for each category. And I'll be back tomorrow on my other channel. I brought reactions back recently in the last month or so, just before Christmas. So go over to BC Reacts on YouTube and you'll see new uploads there just before Christmas on reactions, and I'll be doing another reaction tomorrow. I haven't done any since before Christmas, so need to get some reactions up there again. But over to BC Reacts on my other channel on YouTube and check out the reactions if you're into that sort of thing, and don't forget to subscribe over there as well. Have a good day, see you in a bit.